Hello, my beautiful besties. We are very much zoomed in. And the reason being is I want to go ahead and cut down to the chase. I bought the brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation. I want to do an all-day wear test. I want to see if this is actually going to hold up against my oily skin. Is it going to control the oil? Is it going to last all day? Is it going to transfer, separate, get oily? Is it going to, hide my pores? I really want to test this foundation out. So we're starting off zoomed in so we can get this review on this going. And I also bought the new Anastasia Beverly Hills and Blurring Matte Setting Spray. We are going to put these bad boys to the test. So you guys want to see how these foundations fare. Do they hold up against oily skin? And are they Allie Dawson approved? Well, then definitely keep watching. So originally, I think I said to myself, and possibly said out loud to you guys, I said that I was no longer going to do dedicated foundation reviews. And the reason being is that they simply just don't get a lot of views. So I feel like you guys are not really interested in them. But I really want to try out this particular foundation because I am always going to be on the quest to find the perfect foundation for oily skin. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't really have oily skin. A lot of you guys tend to have normal dry skin from what I'm seeing in my comments section. But if you have oily skin, please stick around. And if you have dry skin, just hang out. Let's be besties. Okay. Just to see how well this fares. Like I said, these videos do not do well on my channel, but I genuinely wanted to do this. I genuinely want to do a wear test for you guys to see, is this foundation worth it? So I have the brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccably Blurring Second Skin Foundation. Okay, so this foundation has a lot of claims. It says this is a medium to full coverage velvet matte foundation with a non-comedogenic formula that perfects skin with the blurring second skin finish for up to 12 hours. This is going to have a matte finish and it's going to provide moisture and plumping effect to the skin. It's going to blur the pores and imperfections. It's going to deliver a youthful, radiant skin. This says that this foundation is supposed to cover pores, fine lines, and wrinkles for up to 12 hours, and it's powered by a precision blur technology that hydrates the skin while delivering a velvet matte foundation that features hyaluronic acid for a smooth, flawless finish and a second skin feel. Now, the thing I want to know is that I am very, very, very open about how I have large pores and oily skin, and I'm so tired of seeing skincare inside of makeup because I already do my own skincare routine. I just wish that makeup would go back to makeup, and by them putting skincare in there, it really feel like it alters the foundation and how it's going to wear, especially if it mixes with my skincare, and it might not mix well. But I said that I was going to try this out fully, so we're going to. Now, the thing I'm kind of disappointed about is that this foundation range only has 25 shades, which I think is really piss poor compared to their previous foundation, which had 39 to 40 shades. They're the same price. They're similar price points. Like the previous foundation, which is their Luminous foundation, was $42. This foundation right here does retail for $46, and there definitely is a stark difference between the shade range. Because if you look at the Luminous foundation, they have amazing, amazing ranges between the fair to deep skin tones with different variations of undertones between each shade, which I really do appreciate. But when you look at the new Impeccable Blurring one, there's only 25 shades, and the light to dark and light to deep doesn't have much variation. Like the undertones are very, very different compared to the previous foundation. I was very disappointed when I saw that shade range. It was like 25 shades in 2025. Come on now. Like ABH, you have the money to invest in a broader shade range, especially since your previous foundation had 39 shades with various undertones between neutral, fair, between neutral, cool, warm, golden. Like you had various undertones in this one, and with this new one, they don't. For me, I struggled to find my exact match. I even did the shade finder on Sephora. Sephora could not find a foundation that'd be perfect for my skin tone. So I normally am a light with neutral undertone or a light to medium with neutral undertone, really kind of varying upon the season. If it's summer versus winter, it kind of just depends. So I tried to find a light with a neutral undertone because I'm a little bit paler right now because it is the winter season, and I struggled. So the shade that I end up picking is the 2N, and this is gonna be labeled as light skin with a neutral golden undertone. I don't have golden in my skin. Like I don't have a golden undertone. But my only other option was do 3N, which is a light to medium with neutral undertones, but that looked way too dark. On the swatches, that looked way too dark. And I was like, that's gonna be a little bit too deep for me. And I I was like, that's gonna be a little bit too different for me, and I didn't want to have to buy 2 different foundations to mix to find my perfect match, which is something I feel like I should have done, but that's just ridiculous. It's been like $80 something to get the perfect shade range. I shouldn't have to go through, you know, hoops like that to find my match, but it was really, really hard to find a foundation with my particular undertone that would match perfectly to me. So we're gonna hope that this is going to deliver. I genuinely cannot guarantee that it's going to, but we're gonna try this out. I am gonna pair it with my One Size Oil Sucker Extreme Mattifying Primer. This is my holy grail primer. So we're gonna put this on. We're gonna put this on, let it sit for just a couple minutes before we move on to the foundation. I will say I tried the ABH Luminous Foundation. It just wasn't for me, but to be fair, I don't really like a lot of luminizing foundations just because I do get really oily. Some work, like the e.l.f. Fit Satin Glow. Impeccable, gorgeous. The Makeup Forever Hydro Glow Foundation, again, gorgeous. It just kind of, you know, depends on what type of products I put with it. But other ones, ooh, like the Patrick Ta that I got a couple months ago, that was horrible, horrible. While the primer is settling down, I also picked up the 24-hour Blurring Matte Setting Spray. This says that this is a 24-hour matte setting spray that blurs, hydrates, and locks in makeup for non-drying skin light finish. It says, introducing the Impeccable Setting Spray. Lock in a velvety matte, smooth makeup for 24 hours and achieve a seamless, natural, shine-free finish all day. This hydrating, blurring formula reduces the appearance of pores, fine lines, and wrinkles while keeping makeup in place. So they only studied 100 women, and 99% said their makeup looked matte and sheer-free after using it. We're going to see if that's correct. And this did retail for $36. So I'm really curious to see if I'm going to like this. So we're going to go ahead and dive right on in. This is how the outside packaging looks. It looks really beautiful. But I'm so nervous that I'm not going to have the right shade. Like, I feel like this is going to be like too light. I don't know. I just don't like that it has a golden undertone. Why couldn't it just been like 2N, light with a neutral undertone? Why does it have to have golden? But this is the packaging. It looks beautiful. Like, the packaging looks fantastic, right? But I'm curious to see how this would actually look on the face. Hold up. This already looks too deep. This tells me that this is probably going to pull orange on me. God damn. This looks like this is going to pull orange on me. All right, we're going to have to try this out. I will say it smells really good. It kind of reminds me of the Dior foundation I used to be obsessed with back in the day, but let's try this foundation out. Okay. Coverage looks really nice. Okay, so this is the difference between my neck and my skin. I am going to bring it down. But so far, this is how the face is looking. It definitely has a beautiful, beautiful matte finish. Like, this looks beautiful on the skin. It looks very soft. It looks very airbrushed. It looks very blurred. I do like how this is laying down. It is incredibly smoothing, and it seems to be laying down and blending out beautifully. Like, that is a very beautiful, beautiful foundation. But we're going to see, did this baby hold up? And I'm curious if it's going to oxidize down, because on my hand, it definitely did. So I'm curious to see if this can oxidize down. And this is 2N. This is still in the light range. This is still in the light range, and this is what we're looking at. I'm really glad that I did not go with a 3N then, because if I did, that would have been way too deep on me. So this is how the makeup is looking right now. I'm not going to lie, like, this is looking so beautiful, so smoothing. This actually does say that it has like a blurring effect to it and it has a soft matte finish. It's supposed to look like second skin. It does not look like second skin to me, because like I would clearly be able to tell this is foundation on someone's skin, but it does feel weightless. It says it's supposed to be moisturizing, hydrating with a natural like effect, long lasting, non-drying, no settling. Ooh. Well, I would kind of want it to settle, because then how you're going to control the oil. But I will see I do see like the soft blurred effect. Now, let me look it up close with my mirror. Damn, that's beautiful. Okay, wait. Hold up. This is a beautiful foundation. Hold up. I know I was talking a little shit, because like I said, I'm disappointed in the shade range itself, but this is really beautiful. So I'm just going to quickly put on some contour. I'm going to go with my bronzer. I'm going with the Too Faced like contours in sculpting stick. I absolutely live and breathe for this thing, and this is one of my favorite freaking bronzer sticks. So let's see how this blends out. I'm curious to see if any product is going to shift or lift it off the skin. So that's going to be something I'm also going to be paying attention to. And then, like I said, I'm going to be paying attention to how it wears throughout the day. Is it going to crack? Is it going to crease? Is it going to transfer? Is it going to disappear on my nose, on my chin? How is it going to hold up? And now that the contour is blended in, Took it really beautifully. Took it really beautifully. Let's put it on. Let's put on some blush. Go in with the House Labs Glassy Hibiscus Blush. I'm gonna lightly place this right here and right here. Okay, so as I'm blending this out, I can definitely see that the foundation has oxidized down some. It looks to be a little bit more, it gives me more of a tanner complexion than what I actually have. So I did have to blend it down to my neck, but I don't know if you guys can see right here. I don't want to get this on my sweater, but you guys can see that there is a line. So I will have to bring it down even more, like literally past my sweater to get it to not be such a stark difference. But like if I do like this, you really can't tell the difference. But if I go lower, you can definitely see where there is a difference between the two, between my natural skin and the foundation. So now we're gonna go in with concealer. I actually am taking the ABH Magic Touch Concealer because this is actually one of my favorite concealers. I'm not gonna lie, this is really beautiful. But as we're sitting here, the foundation has definitely oxidized down to be just a little bit deeper than I personally would want. And it's a light with golden undertone. Wow, you can definitely see how brightening that concealer is compared to the foundation. So my big test is going to be see how this is going to compare, how this is going to fare with my setting powder on top. Now this is my Holy Grail setting powder. This and the Nikki Joy Cosmetics are my absolute favorite. I'm gonna tap some in here and we're gonna place this along the face. I hope that this does not lift or shift the foundation at all, but we are going to find out. So I'm just gonna lightly start to just place this all over the face because I do have to set my entire face because I do get really oily and I want to give this foundation a fair chance. So I'm going to do what I normally would do. I'm going in with the same routine that I would as if I was going to work and I really needed my makeup to last like 10 to 12 hours. So that is what we are doing right now. We're really going in and setting the face thoroughly. Okay, so this is how the makeup is looking after using setting powder. I'm not going to lie, this foundation is beautiful. It did not lift, it did not separate like at all. It's still looking super soft, super smooth, very, very blurred. I could still see my pores, but they definitely look a little bit more diffused than normal. Okay, hold up. This foundation might actually be pretty good. So I'm gonna just quickly do the rest of my face off camera, guys, and then I will be right on back. Okay, so I just did very, very, very minimal makeup, but I did go in with the Volteri like lip combo that I wore in my ColourPop New Moon collection video. I really love this like little lip combo. It's like such a moment for me. So to finish this off, we're gonna go in with the blurring setting spray. I don't really know if the setting spray is gonna do much, but we're gonna go in with this. I will say the bottle looks really nice. So let's try this out. Is it gonna be like a mister? Like what type is it gonna be? That smells really good. You know what it smells like? It smells like the Benefit Professional Setting Spray. Like that's how that sounds like. But this right here is going to be the makeup look. Very basic, very simple. I will say the foundation looks absolutely beautiful. Let me go ahead and pop in what this looks like on my phone so you guys can get a better idea of what it looks like. But so far, I will say this foundation looks really beautiful. It's not settling into any fine lines. It's not creasing. It's not going into the nooks and crannies of my nose. It actually looks really beautiful, very soft, very blurred. It does give me a little bit of a yellow-ish undertone, which I don't really like when it comes to that because I can see it on my face. Like I said, I'm more of a neutral girly, and this is definitely pulling a little bit more yellow on me. But besides that, it does look really nice. So I'm gonna go and show you guys what it looks like on the phone, and then we're gonna zoom on out and we're gonna start my wear test. Okay, so this is how the foundation is looking like up close. I will say this is really beautiful. I just want you guys to see what it looks like up close, like with my phone. Let me see if I can get the right angle without like any shadows or my lights. Like, really pretty. I'll also show you one with like natural lighting from outdoors as well. Okay, so this is it in like, again, daylight, but it's like legit really pouring rain outside. So this is it in daylight. Still really beautiful. Okay, so far this is the final look right here. Now I'm gonna wear this for 12 hours. It says it only has a 12-hour capacity to it anyway. It's not claiming to be 24 hours, 36 hours. It says it's a 12-hour wear. This is supposed to be blurring, mattifying, hydrating. It covers imperfections, and we're gonna see, does it really contain the oil? So far, based on first impressions, I do like how this foundation looks. It laid down very nicely. It looks incredibly smooth. It does give me that nice soft matte finish with a very blurred looking effect to it. I don't like the shade range on this. honest. I wish the shade range would be a hell of a lot better than 25 shades. Don't really care for the undertones that they're offering as well, but putting it on, it does look really pretty. And then when it comes to the setting spray, I'm gonna have to keep trying this out. First impressions, it smells really nice, but is it going to do anything? We'll have to find out, because the only setting spray that I generally live and breathe by is my One Size setting spray. This is a holy grail, but we're gonna try this out. So with that said, guys, I will be back throughout the day to let you guys know my thoughts of this foundation, but first impressions, I actually really like it. The time is now 3:30. I've had this foundation on now for 3 hours. It stopped raining, but this is how we're looking right now. It is still looking so beautiful, nice and blurred. It's still super matte. I'm really loving how this is looking right now. So far, this is still a really pretty foundation. Okay, so here we are 12 hours later, and this is how we're looking. Oh, first off, how long has that been in my teeth? Secondly, this is how the makeup is looking. As you guys can see, I'm oily. I am oily. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We are oily. The lips, how they're holding on is beyond me. I've had pasta, I've had water, I've had hot tea, and yet somehow these lips are still holding on. So this is how the makeup is looking after 12 hours. I'm going to take a closer look at it because I generally want to know, has it broken up anywhere? Okay, so right here on the nose, if you guys can see, I did lose some foundation on this side. And right here down the center, I've lost some foundation. And over there, I have not lost foundation right here. The forehead is still holding on. Chin, we have some creasing. Other than that, I just look really oily. So the foundation really hasn't lifted up too much, minus a little nose area right here, but it's held on in the forehead, it's held on in the chin area. But you guys can clearly see I'm really oily. Now the thing about this is that I can tell by touching my face right here, it's so like sticky. Oh, look at that. Let me try this one. It's so like, yeah, the foundation is coming off. Like if I touch my face, the foundation is transferring. And it adds a little bit of a tacky like wetness to it. Do you guys see that? You see where the foundation is transferred? Not my favorite, because I've had other foundations where I do get oily at and I don't have the foundation really transfer. So this is definitely transferring. So if I put my face onto anything, this is going to come off. So I'm wondering how it's going to fare if I tap my face with like a setting powder, like a puffing powder. See what happens if I do this. Okay, so it seems that it does help to mattify it just a little bit, but it still kind of just takes away the nose area. So overall, this foundation has been on for 12 hours. As you guys can see, I did get oily. It does lift and transfer just a bit, but still looks really beautiful. Like from afar, if I didn't touch my face, it still looks really nice. Like it's still holding on really nicely. So I have to give it that, right? Like I have to give it that. Like it's still holding on. The rest of the products are still holding on. So it's not a bad foundation. I definitely think it's not a bad foundation. The question will be, is this foundation oily proof? No, it's not oily proof. Do I recommend it? Yes, I still do. And the reason being is that this could be a great foundation for the first 5 to 6 hours. It'd be really beautiful. And then all you have to do is kind of touch it up. It does not last the full 12 hours before you get oily, but even then it still looks really pretty. So first impressions, I would say, yes, I do recommend this foundation. Still think they need to improve on their shade range and whatnot. When it comes to the setting spray, I had nothing to say about it. It doesn't work the same way the One Size does. I could just tell right now. I'm going to use it, but it's not the same. But foundation-wise, yes, I do recommend this. But I'm still going to be testing this out all month long. But first impressions, I like it. It's worth it so far. Alrighty guys, so with that said, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's R for the Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.